That's right. We do these things all the time. We're just rapid fire. You're going to see all sorts of videos today on YouTube here on a Saturday. That's Tony. I'm Andy. BelieveInLand.com. Check it out. Sign up for Commanders and Browns tickets. Go down the bottom of the newsletter. There's a big announcement today. This is actually on the Cavs. There's a big announcement about Ricky Rubio taking a step aside for mental health reasons. He's got some things he wants to work on with his family, which is very understandable. That's a big announcement. For people who tend to forget, I mean, he was a big part of this engine cog in 2021-22 before he got hurt. And so for all this to happen, we hope Ricky Rubio is doing okay. But, Tony, this is a significant story. It sounds like he's going to, I would think, miss the season.
Yeah, what it sounds like, I mean, he's saying we don't want to speculate anything on this. He's stepping away from the team, and he's someone who came over to the NBA late. I would be surprised to see him play in the NBA again. If I have no idea what his situation is, but it would make more sense to stay in your country with your family where you can be close to everyone. So I think there's a real chance we've seen him play his last basketball for us. And if nothing else, I think his veteran leadership for younger point guards is a big loss.
To Tony's point, we don't know, but we assume that. We're also going to assume the Cavs don't gain any money back, meaning they're going to pay out his contract this year. So assuming that, Tony, now that opens up another roster spot, I say Isaiah Mobley's definitely in. I would think that two-way contract goes away. Do you agree? Anything you could think of?
Yeah, I think that was the case before this situation. I think he has earned that spot.
Do the Cavs need another guard?
Probably, I would say. I think ideally, I like Karis LeVert kind of getting the ball handling role off the bench, but obviously we know our guards aren't going to be healthy all the time, so we're going to need that guy to come in. And while I like Craig Porter Jr., I don't want to throw an undrafted rookie into some big role off the bench. That would have been perfect for Rubio to do the first half and then let Craig Porter kind of learn, and maybe that could be his role the second half. So I feel like they need to go out and get some sort of veteran presence just for nothing else to guide Craig Porter Jr. and all these other young guys.
Everything Tony said is right. And they're going to have to find a point guard. And they're going to have to use what money they have left to get one. Because they're going to need to get a steady point guard just in case something happens to Garland, especially if something gets injured. You're going to need someone to play minutes in there. They don't have that. So they're going to have to get some sort of point guard in here. That is the Cavs. That's how quick sports can turn. The Cavs have changed a lot here in 24 hours. And so they're going to have to figure out that guard situation. They're going to have to bring someone in. Someone in here to run point guard. Now, putting that aside, what else do you think they should do with the roster, Tony, at this point?
So I think it really does come down to what's going to happen with Rubio and his contract and whatever, because as it stands right now, we have like $9 million to play with, which there are some names they've been linked to, PJ Washington, Kelly Oubre, Christian Wood. I think most of those guys are still out there because they're trying to get more than what the teams are saying their value is, which is more than $9 million. So I don't see a way currently we could pay any of those guys. If we're still going to be stuck at that $9 million without Rubio, then there's definitely no way we can go after them. Maybe that changes up. So if Rubio clears a little more spot, maybe we can go after one of those guys, but then you're just completely ignoring your guards. So yeah, like you said, it's in like 24 hours. They have to kind of completely shift how they're filling out this roster now.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're going to have to. I think all those names, even before this Rubio news, was not going to happen. They're going to hold out for more money, and they should. They really should. And they're going to get paid for more than what the Cavs can offer, in my opinion, especially Oubre. I think Oubre is a very good player. Now, the one thing that can happen is a trade, in a crazy scenario, and the Cavs have to get really creative. People go, throw out one crazy name. I'll throw out one crazy name, which I don't think is going to happen, but I'll throw out a crazy name. It would be great to see Rozier get back to Cleveland. He's on a team that's not going anywhere. They changed ownerships in Charlotte. Jordan's out. It wouldn't surprise me to see something like that happen. Now, again, I don't have any kind of trade machine up in front, so don't even ask me what they would do. That's one name, though. I would love for the Cavs to just sniff, because they could obviously move around some money to make that happen. That's one name that comes to mind. I mean, again, we don't have a list in front of us, but I do think the priority now is point guard. They're going to have to figure out something in there to get in Rubio's spot for next year. I think it's very, very important. And to Tony's point, all those other names are being rumored. I just don't see it. I just don't see it happening at this point. All right, anything else Cavs that's on the brain that fans should think about as we head into really the doldrums before the schedule announcement around the middle of August?
really just to keep their eyes on those last couple roster spots. I think, like we said, Isaiah Mobley's probably a lock to be a full-time roster spot, but then a lot of the other summer league stars, Craig Porter, Amani Bates, those guys are probably going to be two-ways, but especially with Rubio now, it'll be interesting to see which one of those guys get a full-time roster and which ones are two-ways. So just keep an eye out to see what they're doing for that.
Even in the summer, the stuff going on with the Cavs. Tony's going to be writing an article that's going to go up on BelieveInTheLand.com. Check it out. Again, for Commanders Browns tickets, go to BelieveInTheLand.com. Sign up for the newsletter. Never dull in Cleveland. Good luck to Ricky Rubio. Hopefully everything is okay with he and his family. Tony and Andy here, signing off. We'll be back soon.